No, but real talk. I wasn't too sure if like I was dreaming last night, or if I was hallucinating. But I saw Stan Lee last night.
He's dead, right?
Yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Pretty much the creator of fucking superheroes of Marvel, like Superman, Batman.
Superman is DC.
Oh shit! No, never mind. I mean, to me, like they're all like the same shit, right? They're all the same. Anyways,
But he's in that category.
anyways, Stan Lee came through. I don't know if it was a dream. I don't know. Like again, I don't know if I was like too high last night, but he came through, and I think it's because I was playing the new Multiverses game. Like that was a good game. It's a good fighting game. If you play Smash, you know, a little good game to take a break from Smash.
Yeah.
He came up to me and he was like, "Hey, Husky, I need you to come up with a superhero that's a DJ, and I need you to give him or her or they a superpower." And that fool bounced. And I mean, thinking the whole day, like, what would a DJ have as a superpower, like as a superhero? I have not came to any like conclusions, bro. Like,
what is a superpower though? Is it like
imagine like a DJ having a superpower, like as being a superhero,
like a non-human trait that you can accomplish, or
something?
Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like let's make this DJ. I need your help. I need you guys' help.
Some DJs they do have superpowers. I mean, they work for it though. Like they built up their skill, and now they have the skill to attract a large crowd when they play somewhere.
Oh damn!
That's
okay. So like they pull a move where like everybody comes through. It's like a human stampede.
Yeah, but I mean, realistically, the move is like their name's on a flyer. They got a time and a place. Everyone comes.
Okay. Okay, that's a good superhero. Or good superhero move. What do you think? Let's give this DJ superhero a superhero move or something. Let's see. USB guns, like fucking IDs is coming. IDs coming out.
You shoot
IDs coming out. You guys seen that meme, right? With the minigun and the IDs coming out. No. Yeah, no. Like there's we'll put it up.
I mean, I've seen the meme where it's like, what's the name of the track, and it's just like unreleased. Smacks it on their mouth. Can't have it.
Unreleased.
Unreleased. Yeah. What's your favorite superhero?
I mean, when I was a kid, I looked really highly up to Spider-Man. And to this day, he's still my boy.
I'm about to say it.
But the old Spider-Man, though. I mean, I'm not
talking about... you're not talking about...
that's like from Spider-Man 1, right?
Yeah,
that's the real Spider-Man to me.
Yeah.
I watched the Avengers, a new one. I never watched the first Avengers.
Homelander's my favorite.
But I did watch the second Avengers, and I'm watching. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? That's Spider-Man. They're like, bro, he's been Spider-Man for like this whole Avengers. I'm like, I'm lost then, because that's not Spider-Man. And then I see the real Spider-Man comes in later on during the movie. I'm like, all right, no, that's the real Spider-Man that I remember when I was a kid. So that's probably my best superhero.
But real talk, which Spider-Man would like be the best out of all the three? Out of like Andrew, okay. I don't. Right. No. Okay. I mean, I agree with you. I fell in love with that trilogy of Sam Raimi. I don't know how you say it, but I mean, I fell in love with that character and like that actor and the way he portrayed Spider-Man. I can't really connect with like the younger. Generation's version of Spider-Man, because that was my younger generation version of Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire.
Maybe we're just at the age where we just can't, like that's like the same thing when kids have new cartoons. It's like, bro, what the fuck what are you watching? And it's like, back in my day, which was only like not like 10, 15 years ago, cartoons were totally different. Same way. I sound like I'm 40 years old. I mean, same thing now though. It's like that Spider-Man's it's not our Spider-Man, so.
I don't know. I think if you're a little kid and you look back at our Spider-Man, you're going to think he's like, not it. I don't know. In every Spider-Man movie Tobey Maguire was in, he cried, fam. So, like, they're going to go back and look at that shit and be like, do I want my Spider-Man crying, fam? I don't know.
I mean, I'm not affiliated with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, but yeah.
So Tobey Maguire would kick Andrews and...
I don't know. Andrew Garfield's my favorite one.
Favorite one is Silent Dawn, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Tom Holland might have a hold over Tobey Maguire.
You think so? I feel it. Okay.
I think Tom Holland is cool. His character, the Spider-Man he is, because he's actually a young kid, which Spider-Man is supposed to be like a young kid. With Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they're kind of older and they look like more mature. So that's the only reason why I like Tom Holland a little more out of everyone, but I'm still going to go with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, all day. I love Tom Holland, but Tobey Maguire at the end of the day is taking it. All day. So all y'all out there, if you don't like Tobey Maguire, I don't know what to tell you.
Right on, for sure. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, I'd have to go with Tobey Maguire, bro. Just nostalgia. Like that's the Spider-Man that I grew up on.
It's like
Spider-Man 3, like, dude, motherfucker, that was just some other shit right
It's
there.
like Blue's Clues. Like you see all these other Blue's Clues dudes. Like, who are you? Like, get out of that chair. You don't belong there, bro.
You're not Steve.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, when you're younger, I don't know. Your mom's probably not with your dad, so you got all these new stepdads. Like, who are you?
Hey, but it's crazy how like what we watch and what we
Hard.
consider.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
you hit a chord, fam. You hit a
Not
chord.
speaking on a personal level. I'm just to throw that out there.
Oh, dude, that's just fucking wild. No, that shit is wild, dude. I mean, that's what happens, dude. Like audiences are just they get fed a particular character, particular actor within like a time range of movies. Like for us, like it was Tobey Maguire. For shows like Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, we had Ed, Edd and Eddie. We had like Johnny Bravo. I mean, now like the younger generation, they remember Adventure Time. They remember like Chowder. They like it's just like there's like generational content that we experience as like kids and adults. Yeah, yeah.
The same thing forever. Just like when it comes to like these new upcoming producers, DJs. Like, bro, eventually you're gonna want to stop listening to Steve Aoki. You're gonna want to stop listening. I'm not trying to throw any shade on the name. Dead Mouse, all those artists that we looked up to when we were younger. Now it's it's, the roster is completely different. So that comes with time. Changes over time.
No, that is true. No, definitely, and that's why like we end up becoming like that group of people. Like, oh no, like you don't even know what's good until you reach like this particular age, because this is like when the shit starts slapping. And yeah, there is that like as you get older, I'm starting to realize like people do get more like drawn into house music. Like, that just seems to be like the retirement genre for people.
So I'm at the retirement genre.
No, like once you get older, it just seems like everyone just kind of settles for house music, whatever style, or actually more like minimal, calmer like house music. Cause like the more bass, aggressive like bass house-ish, like that's kind of still more like hipster.
It's all,
I guess I don't know.
It's all user's preference, whatever you're into. As long as you respect them all, that's all that matters.
I definitely feel like it's energy based too. Like whatever like age you're at, whatever energy you still have time for.
That's right. You think like at the age, I'm almost pushing 30. I'm 27, but I mean, you think when we're like 35, 40, we're gonna want to be out there on the rail, just out there getting it. We're not gonna be able to do that. We're gonna be more into like listening to house music, like
minimal shit.
Bobbing your head. You have your drink in your hand, talking to somebody next to you. Hey, how's it going? You go here often? Nah,
Nah,
you don't have that energy at that age, so it makes sense.
That is true.
I hope I have that energy at that age, bro. Nah,
don't we all?
I'm fucking up.
Yeah, definitely, because that's like even you don't really see older people even in drum and bass hardstyle like that really, because like you said, like
unless
you don't
you're
want that energy.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Unless you're that old guy with the jaw that goes like this. You've seen him. You've seen him on Instagram, Facebook, all YouTube, whatever, TikToks. That dude, I don't know how he does it, but it's probably what he takes. But unless you're him, then you can't hang.
Well, I mean, those people, as much as I don't want to say it, those type of people are really part of our community. Those people that are gonna go hard in the drugs until they're 40, 50, bro. Like they're part of the community and they hold a certain place here. They bring
the energy. As sad as it sounds, like that brings
like because say you show up to a venue, right, and there's only just one older dude, but he's all drugged out, but he's dancing. A lot of people are gonna look at that and be like, all right, let's not make him feel weird. So
too, right?
Yeah, and then I've seen it happen multiple times. I've seen it when I'm DJing too. Like just some dude that's too fucked up or something enjoys himself too much, and then everyone's around's like, all right, well we're not gonna look that bad, so let's go ahead.
That's how the community is though. Like perfect example. I seen someone post a story on their Instagram last night, and they're at the Ora Vista. Not trying to throw any shade on Ora Vista. Upstairs, how upstairs it's only like hip hop, reggaeton, rap, and they're like complaining. They're saying like, I'm tired of going to these things. It's like I give this place a chance, places like these a chance, and I'm still getting bumped into. There's people were so rude here. Well, I mean, you go to that type of environment, people are gonna be rude. You're gonna get bumped into. Versus, you go to a house show, dubstep show, D&B bass, any type of EDM show. Someone's gonna bump into you, and it's like 9 times out of 10 they're gonna tell you sorry. And if anything, you guys are both arguing over who apologizes first. Like, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Versus you go to, those hip hop events and just get all these tough guys, all these people trying to flex in front of their girls. Like,
Do you think that has something to do with obviously definitely music selection, as you're saying, between hip hop and EDM, but you think it has something to do with EDM not being like lyric heavy?
Maybe, but then again, I mean, EDM has some weird ass vocals. People sample everything nowadays.
Yeah.
And maybe though, I mean, some rappers they intentionally, have those verses or choruses where they just all violence.
No, well, I was about to say EDM. Like, there's rarely are those like records in EDM where they're like the verses and like the dialogue are not necessarily violent
and
Right.
provocative at all. They're
Provocative.
just really about positivity.
That's
I mean,
true.
there are like some rhythm tracks that'll influence like the hip hop vocals and stuff like that. But
Right.
for the most part, it's really uplifting vocals and stuff like that
Right.
in EDM and
Then,
shit.
then again, too, when you think of doing like people doing like edits, remixes, mostly edits because people edit a lot of like old school music, old school hip hop.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like there's not too much inciting old school, lyrics. Like they're all kind of chill, mellow.
You're right.
Yeah, so that's something to bring up too,
'Cause-
because you don't see no one remixing or editing like now new school rap. You don't see that. So
For sure. I think like the fact that a lot of people sample a lot of old school lyrics and stuff like that. Think about like the times back then. If you wanted your music to pop, you really couldn't have anything too provocative in your shit because it wouldn't get on radio, and that's the only way like your shit would pop to begin with. So like I feel like I don't know. I forgot where I was going with this, but as you said, there's when you're at like a club event or something, and there's hip hop music or even R&B music for that for that case.
super non-violent R&B.
Yeah, but it's toxic though. Let me tell you that R&B is more about like expressing love or expressing the hatred about your love, bro. So like that's also like an aspect of all that music. When, like I said, comparing it to EDM, it's not really that. It's not. There's aggression in it. Don't get me wrong. There's like the little ad libs of like oh fuck, like whatnot. But it's not really based around that
Right.
at all. Just a feeling. Literally, EDM is just based off of feeling.
I mean, also like most times, how I first got into listening to EDM when I was like in middle school, high school. You get these lyrics in them or these vocals, and you don't even know. Like most of the time, I didn't even know what they were saying. Like for example, like my first EDM artist I started listening to when I was in middle school was Crystal Castles. I didn't know what she was saying in her her songs. It was Alice Glass at the time. Her now she's not Crystal Castles no more, but still like
She don't like that group.
I didn't know what she was saying, but I'm like, I can relate to this. I don't know how, but I do. So you kind of got to find your own meaning to how it relates to you, and that's mostly how music works nowadays.
Their style of music is the thing, and they call that shit witch house.
Witch House?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Crystal
Yeah,
Castles.
that's why like her like singing style, like it was very like reverberish, like very echoish, like atmospheric. Cause
Yeah.
it had like that casting spell, like
Oh.
fucking "come little children" type like
Really? So you didn't,
vocals and
so
shit.
You weren't supposed to know what it was saying. On
I mean,
purpose.
maybe they were like still trying to want you to know what they were saying, but that's just like the processing that goes into that style of like house music. They were calling that shit like witch house, like Crystal Castles and like dark wave house. Like
Yeah.
they had all these like different type of slang terms for
Kinda
it. But
scary.
no, yeah, and that's why like you couldn't like
Scary.
yeah you could. That's why like the vocals came out the way they were, cause and like you I'll even show you some tracks after this to share it to you like on your free time. Like
Down.
there's still like artists out there that are like still making that style of like house music where like the vocals are very damped with fucking reverb and a motherfucker, and like it just has like that witchy, like spelly, echoish vibe. You can't necessarily hear it.
Wait, I'm not gonna get like a spell casted on you.
I mean-
Listen to it, right?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I made it this far. Fuck it, I'm done.
yeah, but
I
You know-
believe it. I believe it though.
that's why a lot of people don't. That's why a lot of people skip Hard Summer, because of the clashing of two genre audiences. Because Hard Summer, which is still an Insomniac event,
Yeah.
they book EDM and hip hop,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't like the fact that they bump into either the EDM or the hip hop side, and a lot of times there's like conflict and shit because
Yeah.
of,
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes who knows what the conflict is, but we always see it with like between audiences that
experienced
especially with
that.
Hard Summer, like I know a lot of my friends like they don't really like going to Hard Summer because like they don't like the hip hop side or they don't like the EDM side. Like they just want to go to a festival where
It's just one
They
genre.
like everyone's like
One
all
style.
like-minded, I guess.
Yeah,
But like,
true.
but like someone like me, I like Hard Summer. Yeah, I'll be down to go watch, like some Heckler, 7 to 8, and then 8 and 9. Like I'll go catch some Wiz Khalifa like for a little bit, like kind of balance out the like Hard Summer.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a festival with a little bit of everything, a buffet of genres, hip hop and EDM, I think Hard Summer is good. But just keep in mind like the vibes
You're
and like
sharing the
the
you're
audience,
sharing
the space
you're sharing the space with other people
with a
who
different
are-
market
Yeah.
of audiences and artists, and that might come with different, yeah, just different situations, different atmospheres, and different energies.
But who's a different energy? Like who's a conflicting one?
I mean, it's either or. It's just when and not even just like EDM or hip hop. It gotta be like just like hip hop or country or EDM or metal. Like I always just feel like within like two genre audiences clashing in like one same festival. I just feel like the energy is just different. It's just different, bro. Like especially when you go to a festival like Coachella where a bunch of different genres is offered. Like you're gonna get different personalities, different
Yeah, it's not what you're
vibes,
used
different.
to.
Yeah,
It's not
so
what you're used to.
Hard Summer is much more diverse when it comes to like the average Insomniac event, because yeah, it's a little bit of both.
And Insomniac just not too long ago took over Hard Summer, right? It was owned by somebody else before.
Yeah, Destructo, Gary
Yeah,
Richards.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
I went to one like in 2016. I was like on leave from the army because I used to be in the army.
Oh,
I
nice,
come
dude.
back down and for 2 weeks in the summer and be like, yo, what's there to do, guys? Like, oh, Hard Summers, let's go. I'm down. I got there, bro. I just did not enjoy it. What you said, like the crowd, the clashing of crowds, like I just didn't feel like too comfortable there. I just felt kind of on edge, like
On edge,
yeah.
okay.
Didn't really feel not that I didn't feel safe, but I just didn't want any problems. I want to have a good time, and plus it was too hot. It was like July. Like no one wants to be out there in 100-degree heat in July with no cover in the daytime. So it just wasn't my thing.
No, that is
It
true.
just wasn't my thing.
And you hear it a lot at a lot of like hip hop festivals and stuff like that. There's always a lot of stuff going on. There's always headlines coming out from like Rolling Loud. Every Rolling Loud, there's always an incident. Every like major hip hop festival with headliners, there's always something going on.
There was an
right?
incident with Kid Cudi at what was the event called?
It was at a recent festival, right?
Yeah, it was in Orlando though, I believe, or Miami or
It was
something.
like a big festival. A lot of people were
I
there.
forgot the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. And I've seen the videos of Kid Cudi getting mad, people throwing bottles on him on stage, and he was fed up with it, and he left. You don't see that.
You don't see that EDM events, bro.
No.
Like that's the thing. The energies are totally different between these festivals. Yeah, it's a festival, but the people that show up to these festivals are totally different. Like think about it, EDM. If you listen to that shit in high school and all that, that's not the same person that was listening to hip hop music and stuff. They're totally different people, right? If you think of EDM, it's a lot of outcasts, a lot of those type of people that want to wear whatever the fuck they want to wear, don't want to be judged for anything, opposed to a hip hop crowd where everyone thinks they're the shit, So
I was one of those weird ones, and growing up in high school,
For
always
sure.
had my headphones on, walking to class, bumping it, Crystal Castles, Crookers, Boys Noise. Like,
Yeah.
what are you listening to, bro? I'm like, you know what? You need to listen to this, and they're just like, oh, you like that weird techno shit, and it's like I laugh now because I can picture those
Oh
same
my
individuals
God.
nowadays. I still have them as mutual friends on Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
Dude, I had a
And I-
flashback when you said that shit.
And I see them
was
like
scared.
now at events and festivals. I'm like, wait a second, weren't you just talking? Never mind. But I'm
Never
just glad.
mind.
I'm glad you're cultured now. And you're
Cultured.
open-minded. But I mean, well, cultured might not been the best
Yeah.
word, but you know what I'm trying to say.
They're
It's-
cultured in
It's good to
EDM.
see that everyone is giving it a chance now, and I see it taking over now. Like,
Because
it's
I feel
more-
like in middle school, high school and stuff, because these events are like 18 plus and stuff, at that age, you don't really know like the fun you could be having at these festivals and stuff
Right.
like that. So that's not something like middle schoolers and high schoolers are thinking of, like, let's go do this, let's go to a festival. They're thinking about doing
Right.
some other shit that they
They
can
want
do.
to. I remember when I was in. I keep talking about high school. I hated high school.
High school was the peak, homie.
I see this meme. It's like, you couldn't pay me enough money to go to a high school reunion. Fuck all you guys. No, but
Facts.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, when I was in high school, I mean, I was doing a little bit of DJing growing up, and I remember it was like the coolest thing ever was to go to the Fox Theater on Friday, Saturday night.
Oh, Pomona?
Oh no, the Fox Theater in San Bernardino.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm from San Bernardino, so
Hey.
the Fox Theater was popping down there.
For sure.
Being able to DJ there at like 15 years old, like, oh, it was so cool.
You did that?
Yeah, it wasn't paid, of course. Though I mean, I didn't know any better back
Still
then.
lit.
I was taking the bus there, still paying to get in just to DJ for like 30 minutes. I thought I was so cool.
That's dope.
Serato days.
I still on Serato, so
Yeah.
love Serato.
Yeah. We love Serato over here.
Yeah, I
That's
love
cool.
Serato. If you ain't using Serato, I don't know.
I feel like
some real skill that'll scratch on that. I'll tell you that.
that's like the starting point for almost everybody that gets into DJing.
My starting point was
virtual DJ. Okay,
You remember
so
that sample that
push.
Yes, exactly.
Put your hands up in the air. Dude, that shit was lit.
Yeah,
that
so
sample right there.
That's how it goes. It goes.
It's all like memories.
Maybe now it goes like if you're a kid now, you'll get like an app on your phone. Then you'll get virtual DJ with a small controller, and then you'll get like. Well, actually, I think people just skip virtual DJ altogether now.
They go straight to like
Serato with the controllers that come out of REKORDBOX.
They go straight to REKORDBOX. I feel like.
I feel like now a lot. Yeah, I feel like right now, I feel like people now are kind of more. They know that these options now are like REKORDBOX.
And it's because REKORDBOX was smart and they branded with hardware. Like they did partnerships with hardware. They're not just the software anymore. I mean, Virtual DJ did that shit at first.
Well,
they had like their new marks, like mixers.
But I remember you had to pay for Virtual DJ for one point.
I mean, I cracked that shit. I don't
Same.
know.
Oh yeah, of course. I never paid for anything. But I remember Serato. Serato, like you gotta have that Serato box, the SL box.
Yeah.
Or you had that mixer that had like the Serato.
That activated
the 57.
You had to have that box in order to create that second channel.
I've had an SL1 box stolen from me.
I never.
That shit is crazy.
I was poor. couldn't afford any of that. It was Virtual DJ.
Fuck, man.
Humble
yeah.
beginnings.
Yeah, it was. I've noticed like the entry level, like just straight off just laptop, like was Virtual DJ and Tractor. Like when I like getting into it, like 09 and 2010, I was like yeah, I don't got no hardware, but right now I could get on Virtual DJ or I could get on like Tractor.
Practice.
Yeah, I was making a lot of quinta mixes on Virtual DJ, fam.
Dude, Virtual DJ, Virtual DJ, it's a beast. Like I think it's a great entry level DJ program for anyone that wants to like learn the basics and the ropes of like how that shit works and not only that, there's controllers now like in the market that look real like presentable when you're doing gigs and like because back in the day I feel it like you probably don't want to run Virtual DJ like on the gig with like a little like those Walmart DJ controllers like Amazon $30-$40 ones.
No hyzer mids, just like the channel.
That's why people want. That's why people like the Serato because it would connect to the turntables. It would connect to like any like type of like hardware using like the RCAs and shit.
Regardless, as long as you weren't pulling up with your Theo's speaker with you plug your iPod in.
I was doing that for a minute, dude. Like I was doing that for like a year or two, bro. Like I remember that shit. Like
I think the big thing that to this day probably Virtual DJ has over everything is that shit is compatible with any sound card pretty much. If you have an SL box, Virtual DJ is compatible. Any like even down marketed like sound card, Virtual DJ is compatible with it. So I think that's why a lot of people just straight to that right away. It's cheap, free, and you can pretty much use any. If you have a small ass mixer like that doesn't even have any like actual faders, just a little up things.
Is this the time for like the paid promotion ad? Like, pops up right here.
Yeah.
Hey, Virtual DJ sponsor us, bro.
Use our code Lose the Tempo at the checkout page.
Hey, bro,
15% off. Use our referral link.
I think I could run the phase ones on Virtual DJ, bro. I'm gonna make a fucking real quick little clip using Virtual DJ, send it over to them, and be like, "Hey, sponsor us one time, fam."
No, dude, that'd be lit as fuck.
They're partnering with a lot of. Honestly, though, I think if you're a software person that's into DJing and you're making your own DJ software, the smart way to go is to partner with some type of hardware, whether it's mixers, CDJs, or turntables. Just partner with something like that because I feel like people are developing new softwares every day. Like, how long do you think REKORDBOX is gonna last until there's another one?
I don't know. Because they're making the next CDJ-3000. Well,
I'll say CDJs like the CDJ brand, which are like industry standard for a lot of like gigs and shit. Like it's REKORDBOX like integrated, and I don't know how long that contract is. Cause a lot of times that's contractual.
That's what it is.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's like I'm not too sure exactly, you know, what that feature's looking like.
Well, I heard the next model up, they're gonna start incorporating Wi-Fi into them now.
That's lit.
I've read that somewhere.
That's lit. Fam, imagine just pulling up to a CDJ, and because it has Wi-Fi, you could just go to your SoundCloud likes and just DJ off your SoundCloud likes. That'd be so fucking dope, bro.
With it buffers, you're like, hold on, the drop is lagged, hold on. And we're standing there like waiting for the juror. Nope, it lagged.
Man, bro.
Fucking advertisement pops up.
Yeah, you didn't get SoundCloud Go Plus, whatever.
Bro, eventually a CDJ is just gonna be like a portable big iPad. Like you're gonna be able to
I was about to say, like, hey, like this transition is happening. I'm probably gonna put some Hulu real quick on the screen and like just watch like a show real quick, and then I get back into like the dashboard and like transition.
I mean, I like the CDJ. I like it. You know, you feel like you're in control with such a big. You know, you have a few decks in front of you, big mixer. I feel more confident.
Have you ever tried turntables?
Like vinyls?
Yeah.
No, I actually have not.
No.
I've been wanting to learn though. I want to
Sure.
learn.
We could pull them up after this if
I'm so
anything.
down. I got my USB.
Yes.
Oh wait.
Oh shit. You should be like, I got my. So you saying I got my USBs the equivalent of someone saying, oh yeah, I got my crates in my car.
Yeah, I got my needles on me. I got my needles on me too.
Yeah, that's
got my needles
crazy.
on me.
And that was the shit
That
about.
was an era, bro.
Yeah, dude, and like the
Fuck.
maintenance, like running turntables too, like needles,
Hey,
vinyl, slip mats.
Do you
like,
remember?
dude.
Do you remember hearing this? Oh yeah, you could DJ, but did you bring your own needles?
Yeah, I'm not related.
You're playing after me, right? You bring your own needles
And slip mats and vinyls?
fuck, Damn, that was.
Bro, you gonna do that to me right now, fam? I can't just use your needles and vinyl, bro. I'm not gonna.
Hey, that's
fuck
like
your needles up.
that's like a you right moment, right?
Well,
Like that's all. That's we didn't bring our shit, right?
That's the same thing
Yeah.
as like, you know, you're at a gig and then, you know,
You didn't bring
you're
your USB,
done,
right?
and then this next guy's like tapping you, hey bro, can I use your headphones?
Oh,
No, you can't.
Damn.
Okay, I've done that.
Shit.
I don't like
I'm
sharing
good.
headphones. That's just
Okay,
me. I don't
nah,
like sharing
and
headphones.
that, you know what?
Hmm.
If you say no to that person, I feel like they shouldn't get mad. They should
I
be
feel
like,
that.
fuck, all right, whatever, yeah. But if they get mad because you said no, that's on them, fam. That's some weird
It's like,
shit.
I mean, I'll say polite, like, you know, it's sorry, but I'll make up a lie. I gotta go, or I'm out of here after this. Sorry, bro.
But I think like needles, jog wheel, and vinyl. That's like imagine pulling up to some CDJs and then the next DJ leaves, but then he takes the jog wheel with him on your CDJ
Oh
or
my
something like that, and
God.
you're like, oh shit, nah, bro, you,
Like,
you had to
just comes
bring
with
your
a
own.
screwdriver and just like
Gotta bring your own sync button, bro.
the sync button.
Yeah.
Damn.
And if you still wanted a DJ, what you had to do is basically just only push like the cue points to your laptop and stuff, and then there's certain keys that would speed up the record and slow it down. So that's what you'd have to do if you didn't bring your own needles and shit. That was a rough era of DJing, fam. It was like some shady ass
I
people
skipped
you
out
had to
on
deal
that
with.
era, I think.
And you know what's cool about the turntable like aspect of like presentation was that you were able to get very customizable with like your look and like your presentation. And I feel like with like REKORDBOX, it's just either like your USB, how that shit looks, or like your mixing gear, which would be like either CDJs or a controller.
Oh, you're saying now all we have to like showcase what we like, showcase our, you know, our.
I feel like it was more customizable options with turntables because you can customize your needles, your slip match, your
What are you talking
your
about?
vinyl.
Now our USBs, we can put a cool little lanyard thing on it.
Right, okay,
I'm
bad,
joking.
bad.
Like, you can't even put your DJ sticker on your laptop no more. You feel me?
Hey, look, my shit got hydraulics on a USB and
But
shit.
so I think with the because of that all dying out, there were upgrades to the clubs though now. So now you see at almost every club there's LED screens everywhere for you to put your logo up and stuff like that. So I mean,
Oh, yeah, or you
for
can
the
put
loss
on
of
a projector, too.
customization, yeah, projector stuff
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
And I feel like that's one thing we're gonna get this fucking virtual DJ shit over with right now, but just to like end this shit, I'm getting back into it, but I'm just ending this shit. Like virtual DJ had skins.
I was about to,
know what
bro.
I'm saying?
Tell me why I was about to say that. If you weren't using the SERATO skins on virtual
DJ.
DJ,
Dude.
were you really a DJ? Like I don't know.
I remember going on YouTube like free SERATO skin for virtual DJ because I didn't want to like, you know, I just like I don't want people to think I'm on virtual DJ, so I'm gonna try to like see if I got a SERATO skin.
Now when I go home, like on the way home, I'm gonna be getting all these ads for fucking virtual DJ skins and stuff now.
Bro, You know what? They should get skins for REKORDBOX and shit like that. Imagine
They should.
like you plug in your USB, right? And then a whole different skin like comes onto the CDJ and shit like that.
I mean, they
That'd
kind of
be
have
lit,
that
right?
already. Like when you plug into a deck, the USB color, you can change the color of your deck, like blue, red, green, whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine
about it, though.
Imagine making it like MySpace
But who's gonna
customizable.
see it though? The other DJ that's like, all right, bro, good job, or have a good set. I'll plug in my USB. Oh, your skin looks sick.
Yeah, if you're going back to back or
That's
something.
an interesting top. That's an interesting top 10 right there.
Okay, well, see now that you say that, how you said that when you plug in your USB, there's lights around it, right? How would you feel that if on the outside it was like LED too? So like when you plug in your USB, you know, you could put something to display on the actual
when you hit the
CDJ.
eject button, instead of it flashing red, it like flashes blue or what?
Or no, bro,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so
There's
imagine
something, yeah,
the
there's
whole
something.
hardware, right?
It's just fucking.
It's a screen. So as soon as you plug in a USB, it could say like your DJ name going around the.
like when you turn your car on, it's like welcome, and it shows the brand of the car, like Toyota or like
Yeah,
Lexus
yeah.
or whatever.
And imagine like on the, you know how there's like just a plain on the back of the CDJs, right? It's just a black piece.
Yeah.
Imagine that was a screen right there, like a display screen for the people behind you or the people in front of you, right?
I guess that'd be cool.
I mean, I'm just thinking of ways to like upgrade our basic CDJs that we have right now. Because all we're getting, bro, is just bigger screens right now. We're just getting bigger screens on our CDJs. And I'm down for it, but I mean, I just want to see it change a little, you know? We're in 2022.
Pioneer, you hear that?
Facts. Let's get flying CDJs. Fuck
The
that.
fucking flat CDJ-4000 to fucking flat screen. Damn.
It's just a screen.
Like, holy
It's just
It's
all
just
touch
digital?
screen and shit.
Like digital.
At that point, you don't even need a USB. You
Fuck.
just log into whatever account. Like you know how like Pro Tools has like an iLock account.
Yeah.
Must connect to Wi-Fi. What the
Yeah, you
fuck?
log in and all your music just pops up right there.
We're in the desert. Damn, that's some shit. I don't know what that CDJ-4000 is gonna look like, but dude, yeah, I think we're good on the screen size with the 3000 screen size, and yeah, I think there's just like a lot more features, buttons we could implement on there. But I don't know. I just feel like I still haven't even like explored a lot of the CDJ-2000, like
2000s.
yeah, like the Nexus. I feel like I still like haven't fully like used all the buttons like to its full potential. So just like the 3000 now, it's like shit. Now a lot more like to learn. So.
True.
I've never spent on some 3000s.
I don't like the 3000s personally.
You like,
Same.
You like the 2000s?
Neither do
love
I.
the 2000 Nexus 2s. Those are my favorite. I don't like the 3000s. I mean,
Too big for you think,
I don't-
or it's like
I mean, maybe I just don't know all what it can do. I don't know all the capabilities, and I'm not too comfortable yet. So I probably need some more practice on them, and then I probably would like them as much as I do the 2000s. So that's probably that.
I like the 2000s more. The 3000s, it's all like very software integrated, and it feels very weird to me.
I feel like the joggle too is like overly sensitive. Even if you crank the joggle setting to as light as slow as possible, it's still like it's very sensitive. I like that that vinyl setting on the 2000 Nexus 2s.
Okay.
I feel like it like the joggle is just very slow. You can control it a lot more than the 3000s. That is my experience.
I feel like the 3000s is like, remember when the first like cool Android phone came out? That's what a 3000, like the whole interface just feels like the best Android phone you could get. That's what it just feels like to me.
damn.
Damn, Pioneer, you hear that? He said you guys are like the
Oh,
Android
fuck, dude.
of DJ gear.
Okay, I'm probably shitting on them too much. That's probably Denim. You feel me?
He said go back to virtual DJ.
Denim is the pixel version of all of this. You feel me?
Damn. Damn.
True,
They
true.
guys gotta be love for Denon out there. It's gotta be.
I mean, I know there's some DJs that only spin Denim. you
Thumbs
know?
up on a video if you like Denon. Fucking no likes and shit.
I thought that's
Everyone's
called
also
Denon. I
wrong.
just got that.
Denon?
Is that what it's
Denon?
called?
I don't know.
I don't.
I
I've
think
never
fucking-
used that.
I don't know. It's
Imagine going to an event. Sorry to cut you off. Imagine going to an event. You're booked at.
Bro,
and,
don't
like,
cut me
you
off. Nah, just-
You show up and it's just all Denon gear. You're like, I'm about to. What would you do?
Fuck.
Like, do they even use REKORDBOX on it? Or?
No, I think there's I think they're compatible, but I don't think like all functionalities are there. But you'll be able to, like, say you have your shit just on REKORDBOX and you pull up to Denim, you'll be able to use your music, but I think it'll be like as if you just loaded it without cue points.
Yeah, I
and
don't
stuff
think
that.
like how cues and shit will pull up, or I mean, actually, I don't know.
I'm gonna stick to REKORDBOX for now.
I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I know Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero. Guitar Center. They They have. I know they have like demo controllers of like the Denon.
Guitar Hero ad.
Guitar Hero, fucking hey, dude. Don't even get me started. Like the Guitar Center demos, they have like there's Denon controllers, and I remember pulling up with my USB and like the playlist would pull out.
Oh, okay.
But like the cues like that, like some songs would have the cues and stuff. Like yeah, like all the functionality is not there, and it's just one of the things just to keep in mind when you're like putting REKORDBOX playlist into a Denon controller and system type shit. But yeah, dude, Overworked. We got you right here in the studio, bro. First or third, fourth podcast you've done?
It's my first one, believe it or not.
Oh damn, dude. How we doing? How you feeling?
That's pretty cool. Like we're just chopping it up with the boys.
Right on.
A little nostalgia going on.
Oh,
Talking
yeah.
about some virtual DJs, some Crystal Castles.
That's good, bro.
I don't know so much about Denon though, but
I got you, brother. Well, I want to do a segment with you called Quick Hits. It's like a little questionnaire that we do here.
Right.
Kind of like opens up like a little bit more of like your DJ rave personality. I'm gonna ask you some questions. We're gonna time you. So don't think about it too long. Whatever pops up in your head, you know.
So I can't study or anything right now. No, I'm joking.
I mean, you can start studying right now until I pull up the questions.
Let's go. Sounds fun.
Yeah, dude. What's on your mind though?
What I'm gonna eat after this, honestly. What I'm about to eat after this, honestly.
Oh, word, for sure. What you want to eat after this?
I've been thinking about it. I'm thinking about Bakers, but then it's like, nah, I always have Bakers. Then I'm like In-N-Out, and I always have In-N-Out. So Chick-fil-A, but it's Sunday and they're closed. So I don't know. I'm open to.
Hey, when is it supposed to open up a Raising Cane's right here nearby in our city, and it got delayed?
I don't like Raising Cane's.
I'm not a big fan
There's
either.
no seasoning on their chicken.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't like Raising Cane's, but I do like the fact they give you a piece of bread. I fuck with that.
The bread is actually
the bread is
I
slapping.
fuck with that bread.
I mean, we out here making bread too, you know. So like the bread is necessary. The bread is necessary.
It's hot and bready.
All right, I'm ready.
Someone just clicked out the video that I'm getting out here.
Okay, here we go, bro. First question. What's your social media handle?
I thought you were gonna say, "What's your social security number?" I was like,
that's a long social media handle.
Overworked.us.
Bet. Favorite DJ software?
REKORDBOX.
Bet.
Hey.
Age you started at?
Producing or
DJing.
DJing? I mean, I started when I was in high school, like 14, 15 years old.
And producing?
Producing 2 years ago, like post-COVID.
Favorite genre of dance music?
Right now, minimal deep, to be exact.
Like minimal deep house?
Yeah.
Like okay. Favorite music streaming platform?
So, I mean, I've loved Spotify for like many years.
Okay.
But like they're very greedy with their money and how they pay their artists.
Right on.
So I'm trying to find a new one currently. I heard Tidal's dope though. I might get into Tidal soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Tidal does pay out
They take
better.
care of their artists.
Right on. Favorite BPM?
Ooh, that's a question because it's like, what type of mood am I just chilling or like is it the after?
Yeah. What is like your like signature mood?
I like being at 130, but most of the time I'm at 120.
Yeah, you give off 130-ish vibes
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
for sure.
Special skill.
Special skill. he did the blowjob thing, so I'm laughing.
Oh.
Special skill, jeez. That's far. You got to give me a subject.
Anything, bro. Anything that you would think is like entertaining to share that you
this
consider
is
special
interesting.
skill.
I want to know what you think
Like,
is special.
are you both handed? Like that's a special skill. Like if you're both handed. Like do you eat like pineapple with pizza? That's a special skill.
I love pineapple with pizza.
Woo!
I had one of those last night.
That's a special
right.
skill.
What?
Pineapple on pizza, never.
Me neither. I didn't know.
Oh, special skill. Let's see. I mean, I can squat.
Hey, for sure.
Special skill.
Hey, you were in the army, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pretty sure they was making y'all squat.
I like squatting. It's pretty fun.
Bet. First festival.
Definitely an Insomniac event here at San Bernardino at the Glen Helen Amphitheater. What was it called? I think it was Nocturnal in like 2014. Yeah, Nocturnal 2014.
Okay. Why?
Honestly, that was my first legal festival.
Oh, that you were
Actual
able to go
festival.
to.
Yeah, I was 18.
18. That was the first
Yeah.
one for you.
It was my first one. I was home on leave from the army. I was in the army during the time. Came home on leave and wanted to have fun. The thing that was happening during that time was Nocturnal. So I was like, you know what, let's go. So that was it.
And what is your dream festival?
Like to play at or to go to?
For both.
So I really like want to go to Creamsfield. It's a festival out in the UK. I actually had tickets to go there, but some family thing happened, and I didn't even get a chance to sell my ticket. I had the hard ticket, like, you know, I wasn't able to go though, but I definitely do want to attend that and, you know, one day play that. So
is that like an all around like EDM festival, or is like house?
They're like all house.
Oh, okay.
No, but they're like different genres of house though. So it's out in the UK, like out in the boonies. So it's, I don't know how to compare it to here. Just a bunch of like open land, just, you know, very, very huge festival they have every year.
So I was listening to Taboo's podcast with homeboys that produce Eptic. He was with Eptic. And Eptic was talking about why festivals out in the UK and stuff like that are more bigger and more like, they seem more like impactful and more fun all around or whatever.
Yeah.
He was saying that it's because most of the neighboring places that are around where the festival happens, there's no like EDM events on the weekends and stuff like that. There's no
they have
clubs.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so when the festivals do happen, it's an event for everyone around. That's their time to really be like, oh, we could do some EDM shit, you know?
Yeah.
Let's go out. And that's why out there it's more vibes, more people dancing and stuff like that. The way Eptic just described it, it made more sense.
The vibe there is definitely like totally different. Not in a bad way. I'm not trying to shame, you know, America.
Yeah.
But I mean, they definitely do have like, you know, their pros and cons compared to us. So it's like their vibe out there though.
For a bit, weren't you? How was that?
Yeah, it was cool. I lived in Europe for 3 years.
Was this during your service?
Yeah, it's during my time in the army. You know, I wasn't always at work when I was in the army. Sometimes, you know, there's periods of time where, you know, of course, we were stuck working or training for like months on end. And then it was also a plus too. It balanced out because there's also times where we had like a couple months off. And during that time, you know, I'm already, you know, I was stationed in Italy. So I'm already in Italy. It's like, what's a $50 flight to the UK going to cost? $50. It's so cheap. And I took advantage of that opportunity to be out there. And during that time, I've, you know, traveled a bunch, hit up a bunch of dope venues, a bunch of underground spots. And my love for like house music just grew more. I wasn't producing at the time, or didn't even have it in my head that I would even want to produce and pursue, you know, that passion that grew inside of me. So it was cool being out there and seeing all that. It motivated me. So I got out, came back, and was like, yo, this is what I want to do. So I seen it firsthand, like that scene right there. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, it's crazy because the way you describe how you got into house music. My dad was in the military as well, for basically all my life, and the same way you said you started liking house music is the exact same way he describes him getting into house music. Because when you're overseas,
you travel, you know, you go to different places you normally wouldn't go to, and you're like, fuck it, let's go, let's see what's going on in here. Oh, this is crazy.
And the thing that he said that I think a lot of people, especially when they're in the service, gravitate towards house music and EDM is because it's kind of the same everywhere you go. You don't need to know the lyrics or anything like that. You just need to know the tempo.
You can go
and shit
in there
like
and
that.
just vibe.
Yeah, and that's why, like, no matter where you went, as long as you could find that tempo,
you're gonna find that major artist, that big artist, and you're gonna like relate because, you know, certain artists attract certain crowds, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's like, for example, I went to Ultra Music Festival in 2019 to go out in Croatia, Ultra Music Festival Europe. It was crazy. I had no idea. I mean, I went there with coworkers from work. I had no idea I was gonna run into so many like people that I could relate to over there. It was crazy. I like random people from Mexico, from, you know, America, college students from America that travel, people from Germany, all, you know, listening to the same artist, vibing, and we felt like alike. We felt very similar, and we didn't know each other. There's some guys with Greece that I was chilling with because I lost my friends for a bit, and next thing you know, I'm with these guys from Greece, and we're just vibing to Carl Cox's set at like 5 a.m. It was crazy.
Damn.
So definitely they do attract, you know, that home type of vibe. You get that I'm safe here, or, you know, I'm comfortable here. I can relate to, you know, these people here. So
now that you say that you met some dude from where was it again?
Oh, that time there was a crowd from Greece. I also met a group of girls. Because I lost my friend so many times. I was drunk. I also ended up with like these group of girls from Texas, and I was able to relate to them because obviously they speak English.
Yeah.
And they're also Hispanic. I'm Hispanic, so we were able to like get along, and they helped me get me back to my friends. So they took care of me. It's cool though.
I think you'll have a lot of those experience and meeting a bunch of different cultures at EDM events, especially EDM events,
Right.
because there's no one culture that does EDM. You feel me? It's
true.
literally every culture, opposed from hip hop music. I always say hip hop music because that's the thing that I like.
A lot of people over there listen to hip hop music, especially our America's hip hop. They love that over there.
Right, but I bet they also have their version to where people are going to their clubs to hear their version of their hip hop.
Oh, definitely. Like German drill and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm not into like say German drill, I wouldn't even know where to like even look at. If I just listen to drill music and then I went to Germany, I would have no idea where to find drill Germany music at.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
That's probably true.
so it's like it's easier to just be like, let's just go find some EDM music. You know?
Same thing with like drum and bass. Like I first heard. I mean, I've heard drum and bass. Like listening growing up. I still to this day listen to drum and bass. But like I first walked into my first drum and bass room on an accident at this event I was at in London, and I'm like, what is this room? And it's like, oh, it was dark, it was sweaty, and it was a good time. I was like, this is dope. This is drum and bass right here. It's okay. It's cool. So definitely get to experience lots of cool things over there.
That's interesting. You say that's the first place you experienced drum and bass. I'm trying to think, where's the first place I ever heard drum and bass at, but I can't think of it.
I don't think I've even heard drum and bass in America. Like
Out?
Yeah, like at a stage, like an all drum and bass stage.
Uh-huh.
Like probably I'll be at an event or like something like that.
Mine was a movie.
In a movie.
Yeah.
Mortal
Charlie's
Kombat?
Angels.
Oh, okay.
They had drum and bass in Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, that fight scene with like the creepy guy. Smack my bitch up. Woo!
Oh, they played that was like Prodigy, right?
Yeah, they're playing the Prodigy shit. Yeah, they were like bumping like. I think that same year the Prodigy released
You're
the
right.
album.
I know exactly what you're.
I think that same year the Prodigy released the album, so it was like a partnership between the label and like the movie and like.
That's crazy how they.
That was my first exposed. Like I was first exposed to like sounds of and rhythms of drum and bass. I didn't know it was drum and bass, but now knowing what drum and bass is, I'm like, oh, I for sure like was fucking with this, but I didn't like. I just thought of it as like just like good music. Like it was like different music. Like, yeah.
That's cool. They did that back then because now I think they're starting to do that again. Like play. Instead of just playing like generic techno or house music that no one's ever gonna listen to, like you'll hear it at a hotel or something in the elevator, but it's like who listens to that? They're in a movie, but now like was it the new Batman movie? They had I don't know if you guys listen to like techno, like Patrick Topping. They had like a few of his soundtracks.
That a lot of artists.
Movies, so
yeah,
that's cool.
You know why this is that specifically? Movies partnering up with bigger names, it's gonna become a bigger thing with social media because that's how. Like, when you think about movie previews and stuff like that, you don't really see them anywhere. So how do you promote your movie? If I'm putting out a movie, how do I get a lot of people to know that I'm putting out a movie? Let me partner with some big people that produce.
It's a smart thing to do.
Exactly, that to score some of this shit, to play the soundtrack to it, and then that helps you with promotion and stuff like that. That's why I think Black Panther that's a part of the reason why it was such a big movie, apart from like the cultural relevance,
Right.
but the music in it, because Kendrick Lamar was a part of that, like it just made it so much more bigger. I'm trying to think of another
I mean,
movie
it's
that
the
does shit
same
like
thing
that.
when a movie, when you plan out a movie, you're gonna pick popular artists. You're not gonna-
like the Fast and Furious one
There you
with
go,
Wiz
there you go.
Khalifa and Charlie Puth. Is that how you say his name?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like I actually had seen like a documentary about how that like shit was like composed. Like it was legit like a collaboration between the producers and the label.
That's dope.
Yeah, they literally were like, yeah, this movie needs a score to pretty much like honor and fucking like it was legit like a tribute for Parker and like it was legit like it was on some like a label had a song and they happened to just give it to the movie. And like the movie asked the label for for particular score, particular track, and the label got these two together, and like it was actually like a collaborated
That's nice.
thing that happened between the label.
It's cool that you brought up Fast and the Furious because I think they're one of the movies franchises that purposely does that with all their movies. They'll put a leading hip hop track as like their main thing. Like the first one was, I want to say, like a Ja Rule track or a DMX track.
Yeah.
Right?
Or like they were playing like Limp
Watch your
Bizkit.
back.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, the roller. Like they were pretty much giving
like
that era's music, like dude, Limp Bizkit's
And then number
crazy.
Fast and Furious 2, it was the Joe Budden soundtrack, the Pump.
Pump it up.
Number 3 was that Tokyo Drift. Dun, 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 dun,
And it was the movie that made the record,
It was
the hit, cause yeah, dude, the record, I didn't hear about that shit until the movie, and I heard the movie, I was like, damn.
And then
movies have influence on records.
They even put a popular fucking hip hop artist in their movie, bro. Like Bow Wow was in that
Ludacris.
shit. And Ludacris, all you feel me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a good way to start promoting that shit. I think we're gonna, with the rise of all these festivals and big EDM producers and stuff like that, I feel like we're gonna see more of them in movies now.
That's
For
good.
sure.
I like that.
Yeah. I need to ask though, like when you were like out like in all these different types of like bases, like station, like when you're in the army.
Yeah.
Like what, like was that being bumped back in the barracks, like EDM, or like what was like the radio beat? Yeah, you know,
like the type of EDM they listen to.
Yeah, like what was mostly like people like your like brothers and everyone like listening to?
Honestly, a lot of mainstream stuff. Like,
mainstream stuff. Were you the only one?
I was the only one
that was like really like
that was digging in, like, you know, looking at all these other artists.
Hey, like check this shit out.
I've always been like that though. Yeah, it was like high school all over again. I'm listening to Crystal Castles, Crookers, and you know, in the hallways in my headphones. They're like, "What are you listening to?" It was that.
We don't like that shit. Give me 20. Oh, fuck.
No. No. Like I remember when I went to Ultra with my friends. You know, they're all like, "Yeah, we're gonna go see DJ Snake.
Hey.
We're gonna go see like, you know, this mainstream artist. Like I can't even think of any mainstream artists. And I'm like, okay, but let's leave the main stage and let's go see Carla Cox. You know, let's go see, you know, all these other artists that you guys never heard of. And they're like, no, I'm gonna stay on the main stage. That's why I'm like, all right, peace out. But a lot of them, they're, you know, they didn't grow up like us. Listening to many different artists, they just see DJ Snake, Deadmau5, what's that guy? Those Steve Aoki type of artists.
Oh yeah,
and
okay,
like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
That's house right there. It's like that's like mainstream EDM, yes, but that's not all that there is. But you know, they didn't know any better. They're like, "No, we're cool right here. We're gonna stay on the main stage." I'm like, "All right, see yourself." But you know,
I feel it.
that's how it goes.
Did they ever like do any like special like military type events like raves? Because like I know like for a while like wrestling, like I'm rewatching wrestling right now, and I remember they would have like they would actually have like the wrestlers go out to like certain stations and actually perform like the actual entertainment. And
Actually,
I've always wondered if they ever did like a rave like type of like a concert type of version for that.
Performed
Like,
for the military one time.
Diplo?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I-
The only thing that I've seen was when I was out in this country called Bulgaria. There was like a concert that was like for us that were like at the base during the time. We weren't stationed there. We were kind of like staying there for a couple weeks because we're training.
oh right, for sure.
And there was like a band, like an indie rock band that came out. Obviously, we seen it like, oh, that's lame. Why would you want to go to like an event like that? Like we're out here training. We're dirty. You know, I'd rather go to sleep and get some sleep instead.
I hear you.
And also, you can't drink out there. So you kind of just
You can't drink out there?
not while you're working out there, no, not on the job. And then and plus, like most of the time, our bosses were like, "Oh yeah, you guys aren't going to that. You guys have training tomorrow." So
Oh shit, true.
like I never got to experience. I've seen it, but I've never personally gone. But I do know that some bands and artists,
stand-up comedians do that shit too.
they do that. So I mean, one time the Dallas Cowboys cheerleading team came to the base.
Real talk?
Yeah, they came to our basketball court.
How was that performance like?
It was cool.
Was it like a meetup or what was that? Like?
Honestly, we just had like we have like a spirit building events. I'm not sure what it's called, like morale events to like, you know, we'll grab like half you guys versus half you guys. We're gonna have a basketball tournament. Okay, cool. You know, like stuff like, you know, at school they did.
I get you.
And afterwards they had a performance by them and it was cool. There's nothing crazy. They just did a quick performance and bounced. I think they just happened to be in the country during the time. It was just like, you know what? Let's just go throw a show for the guys.
So you were in the army?
Yeah.
Doesn't the army have like its own like professional sports teams?
For reals?
Yeah, for the officers, they have
Right?
like, you know, ROTC.
College football.
Yeah.
College football.
The Army, the Navy, they all have their own professional.
I know. I
sports.
remember hearing about I know they had a soccer team or something like that as
Yeah.
well.
They have all those.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never part of it. I'm
What the
not.
fuck?
I'm not athletic at
Oh,
all.
no? So you weren't like a sports person growing up? at all?
No.
Okay. You honestly, when I first see you, first impression, it looks like you played baseball, bro. I don't know
Baseball.
why. Yeah, you just look like you come from a baseball background for some
Baseball?
reason. I don't know why.
I did play baseball when I was in middle school,
There you go.
but I sucked. So it was only for like one season, and that was it.
Sounds about right
Yeah.
for me too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
tried it out. It wasn't for me, and that was the last sport I ever played.
Okay. I
So.
feel it. So with the whole project that you got going on, it's all. But you just put out a project like an EP, right?
Yeah, I just released self-released an EP a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Progressions.
Yeah, my progression EP.
And that's all what type of house?
That's all minimal deep.
All minimal
Yeah.
deep house. All right. So with you producing that type of music, I'm glad we have you in here because I wanted to discuss a topic that I need someone with house ears.
All right,
The Drake and Beyonce albums.
not house at all.
No.
Huh?
That was
Not
not
at all.
house. I mean,
Okay, I understand, but it's minimal. All the stuff that they put out is minimal type EDM music.
I just thought it was kind of weird. I don't know how they got the beats.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, it irks my nerves when people are like, "Oh, dude, Drake just put house in his album. That's sick. Like, I fuck with house." It's like, all right. It's like,
So-
I just close my laptop.
Because he has Jersey. Well, the thing is though, because they have like Afro beats on their album. That's what they are really. It's like Afro house music. That's
Yeah.
their beats.
I
and
mean, the
stuff
term
like that.
house is so broad. It's like saying like bass music. You get like, okay, what kind? Yeah. So
Yeah, but so in general though, what'd you think of these albums?
I wasn't really a big fan of it. I guess I like Drake. Who doesn't like Drake? I
Uh-huh.
mean, you won't catch me in my car on the way home bumping Drake, but it comes on. I know he's Drake, and I mean, I won't skip it, but I'll be like, cool, Drake. You know.
What about the Beyonce album?
I personally didn't listen to the Beyonce.
Oh,
one.
no?
No.
Okay, I think you'd enjoy
But
the
I was gonna
Beyonce
say,
album a lot more.
I heard she actually had like decent beats in there.
No, they were amazing, bro.
Oh, really?
It's so like
I'll check it out like as soon as I leave. From here.
and that, I was hoping you had listened to both, but the way I could compare these two albums, where Drake is like the rushed version of what Beyonce
From
did.
like all the social media things I've been reading and all the posts and comments that I've seen, I've gathered that idea. Like, strongly agree with what you're saying, and I haven't even heard it yet, so I can already tell like what it's gonna sound like versus Drake's.
Yeah, you could tell that she put time into it, like real fucking time.
Yeah,
into,
she did her research,
Yeah,
or she probably actually has been to like an event. and
she
been-
was actually in the studio with these
that
producers.
makes,
I
that
think
makes a lot of sense.
as Drake was semi beats. I think that's what it was.
It's funny though, because I've seen Drake on Instagram hanging out with the Martinez brothers, and he went to one of their sets. Like, he was backstage. You know who the Martinez brothers are?
I don't think so.
It's two producers from Brooklyn. They're very minimal, and I was so surprised he took them to DC-10 and Ibiza, and he was at one of their sets, and I'm like, all of a sudden, look at Drake trying to be cultured, you know. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, I thought that was cool. Maybe his whole approach on house hopefully change after seeing like an actual, industry style
Yeah.
artist in front of him, especially experiencing their set in Ibiza. That's like the heart of minimal right there. So
Drake's album reminds me of like someone that just got into EDM music and then just started producing EDM music and said,
like they made it on GarageBand on their
and they
iPhone.
said, yeah, I want to
Yeah,
release
I
this.
got those vibes too.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see a lot of that shit right now with a lot of people.
People are
like,
experimenting though.
Yeah,
you know?
but you know what? I also do think though what Drake's purpose and Beyonce's purpose of these albums were, they're for the DJs. They wanted to put these tracks out for the DJs to make them their own and make their own remixes, to make their own flips of all this shit.
That's actually very beneficial though for people like ourselves because a wise man once told me, I'm going to shout him out, my boy Mystic, bro, make a remix that is popular with another remix. So when you type in like, oh, that remix heard was sick, type it in SoundCloud, you play it, search results, it's like, nah, not that one. Oh, what is that one though? It's the one you made.
Yep.
Or just say you find the remix that you're looking for and it ends on the side, check out this one. It's like, oh, let me check this one out. Oh, this shit's dope too. And then, hey, bam, someone just discovered you as an artist.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
I need to get on that. I'm about to remix that whole Drake album now.
No, so exactly, being able to put your name next to Drake or Beyonce, bro, is fucking dope.
Yeah,
then,
like other artists you may know, other similar playlists you might like, similar, whatever. It's gonna be on the side.
But with Beyonce too, with the cool thing about her album, if you look at the producers, all the producers on her album are actually EDM producers. Like,
yeah, they're people like that know what they're doing, and
yeah,
that's dope. Yeah, I need to check it out though.
So I like her album a lot because it's very minimal and has a lot of for EDM, has a lot of open space. And to me, it just seemed like she wants people to remix her music. Like,
really,
it sounds like the sole purpose of a lot of these tracks is for people to remix them.
Well, it'll be an edit because I don't know how I'll get her to send me the stems.
No, well, okay, yeah, edit. There you go, edit them or whatever.
No, I know what you mean.
Because I said this on an episode before. I think we're in the era of festival music. Like, they're making music to be played at festivals now. Even like in other genres, the way their music is being made is to be played out at these big festivals.
You want your songs to be on the main stage.
Yeah.
That's
like I heard. Well, I mean, I don't know if do you listen to like hip hop and stuff too?
Yeah, here and there. I don't go out of my way to search for it, but I mean, if I hear a good song, someone's playing it, I'm like, yo, can I get that song too? Because I need some. I like hip hop.
Yeah,
I like all genres, honestly.
But there's
except K-pop. I'm not really too big of a fan of K-pop.
Unless
I'm eating KBBQ and it's like it's playing, whatever. I'll be like, producing K-pop on the side now.
Nah, definitely not.
Not yet. Cause that's what happened too. I was like, I wasn't fucking with this shit either, and then like, I was like,
damn. You like K-pop?
And I fuck with it now. Yeah, I didn't used to, but now I do.
Nothing against it. I mean, I've heard it. I'm like, all right. I used to live in Korea, so that's why I was like, K-pop. Okay, I hear. Going to this bar. It's playing again. Cool. Like, so that's.
How was EDM over there in Korea?
Oh, bro,
was it like hyper pop? Like, is that hard style? Like
so,
Dance Dance Revolution shit? Like,
honestly, yes. But I was there I lived in Korea 2014, 2015, and can you name me like some big EDM artists from like 5 years ago? Because they were listening to
like
that.
W&W, Dimitri Vegas, and like Mike,
like Dimitri Vegas style artists.
Oh, okay.
Like him,
Martin Garrix,
like all those like heavy electro,
Showtech,
like electro house. Showtech, they're big out there. All those electro house artists, they fuck with that.
That
very
was a wave, bro.
Like they love that.
Right on.
Like what was it? Not
Hardwell, Armin van Buuren.
Yeah, them two. There was one big artist they fuck with. What was the guy with the bananas?
Dada Life.
Yeah, they fuck with that heavily.
Yeah. Sausage fattener out here, fam.
Oh, damn.
Not my go-to plugin, but
hey, so like,
I love that shit.
Going to all these different countries and like seeing that you've kind of like had like your fair share of like experiencing like music culture, like dance music culture out there. Like, which one kind of like sticks out to you the most, and which one did you have like the most fun? Because you mentioning like, oh, you went to like Croatia,
yeah,
you went to Europe and did like all these festivals. Like, which one did you have the most like fun? And
I've been lucky enough to experience like lots of different cultures of EDM and different styles. The one that I was drawn to the most was minimal. Like in the UK, my boy, one of my closest friends, and now I see him as a mentor. Mad Villains was his original name. Now it's Mad Villa. He's actually from San Bernardino, but he's he moved to the UK like during when we were in high school, and he's created a big name for himself out there. Big in the minimal scene. So, I mentioned before, like when I have time off, weekends off, vacation time, I'd fly to the UK mostly. After, of course, I've done my fair share of trying to like, listen to different type of music. I was drawn to the most though was to the UK. I'd fly over there and I'd always stay with him. Like his house was always open to me. So, we knew each other from back then. So it's just cool to see another friend on the other side of the world with you. It was very comforting. So, I'd stay with them for a few weeks, a month, and, I just tag along with them and see the whole industry in minimal, especially in the UK. So that's when I was like, it hit me like, yo, I want to do this too. Like, I want this too. Like, this is tight. So, yeah, definitely minimal. And recently, like, I've been getting more into minimal deep. Like, bunch of chords, bunch of chord progressions, bunch of piano, melodic type stuff, bunch of filters used in minimal deep. So I like it. It's very fun to make, very vibey. Also gives you like that funk feel. I love like 80s disco, 80s freestyle music, and I can incorporate that funk into like house music, which is dope.
You did that really well on your Progressions EP, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
And every track is at least 5 minutes, dude.
Oh yeah.
God damn, dude. Pushing the motherfucker. Well, I mean, that's just like house, but like, you got me thinking now, bro. I'm just like, damn, you know what? Fuck these 2 minute, 33-minute tracks. We're gonna push the shit to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we're gonna push the shit to 10 minutes now. Like the average like listening track is now gonna be like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, because
we're gonna start pushing for that shit now, bro.
I mean, think about it. Someone sends you a track, you want to play it in a set. It's like, all right, I want enough time to mix this in. I want enough time to mix it out, and I want to be able to chill and vibe with my crowd, sip on my drink. Instead of just like, oh fuck, next song. Just I want to be able to chill and dance with you guys. I want to relate to the crowd. I want you guys to vibe as much as I'm vibing. I want to vibe as much as you guys are vibing. So I like allowing myself enough time for transitions, and then I take that a lot into consideration when I make my music because I want other people to play. Who doesn't want other people to play their music? So it just makes it easier. Honestly, I get kind of scared away when I see a track that I really like and it's like 2-3 minutes long. I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I get really frustrated like when I'm doing it back to back and someone throws up in a 2-minute track, a 3-minute track, and they're like, all right, bro, your turn. I'm like, what? I got like 30 seconds left now. Thanks, bro.
So when you DJ, do you mix in by like 16 bars or 32 bars? Is that what it is? Like you need like that space to mix it in?
Honestly, I will start it like most of the time in the beginning of the song, or most of the time right in the beginning of the second drop. And then I'll just start mixing it in. I hardly ever touch the loop button.
Got it.
But sometimes I do, but I feel more comfortable on the 8-bar loop if I ever do use the loop button. But for like minimal, you really don't need to loop anything. You kind of just start from the beginning of the drop. Tease it in very slowly, and it just comes together very well that way. I definitely take my time though.
Okay. No, I didn't mean like loop. My bad.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this. So you like, and I've noticed this with house DJs more, rather than like dubstep producers or even like bass house producers. Like you said, they like to be quick. They like to go through songs real quick.
Yeah.
But in house, bro, I've realized that people like to play both the songs with like different EQ settings on each track for a minute, like that. They want to hear that transition like, cleanly.
Exactly.
And that's why when you say like you need more space to mix in,
you need those 5-6 minutes.
Okay, definitely. Yeah. I'd always think why do you do that? But then I realized, oh, you guys like the putting two elements of the tracks, right? That's the point of it, is having both these elements, taking one element of one track and hearing the other element of the other track.
Yeah, right. Like right when the drop comes, like my other tracks, it just the deck just got pushed up, or the channel just got pushed up. Yeah, the mid, lows, and highs are like down, but it's still slowly over time. Just still, I'm still working in it very, very slowly.
Gotcha.
I'm grooving with it, and then if it sounds good, I'm gonna keep them both for a while. Let them chill.
Yeah, because when you say that, some people that only produce, like I say dubstep, they're thinking that and like I don't get it. Like why do you need that part? If you're not that type of DJ, you don't know. Same thing as like you saying, oh, it's weird how it goes just straight one after the other, one after the other.
Yeah.
For a dubstep like artist or something like that, they're thinking, I thought that was normal. You know,
I see that because their tracks like their tracks are burned through like this. I'm like, bro, we just played like 10 songs in 5 minutes. Like,
so for dubstep, I think right when the drop ends, another build has to be starting, bro. That's in my head. That's how I thought. That's how we're supposed to play.
I noticed too, like with heavy bass music, not just dubstep, but also like bass house DJs. I've seen them.
Yeah, say it louder. Yeah.
Bass house DJs. Hey, nothing against you, bass house DJs. I just noticed like it goes together well with bass music though. Like I went to EDC like 2 years ago, and they're playing dubstep one moment, next moment they're playing bass house, and they transition the same way. Drop comes, other tracks done completely. And it just like goes together. I think there's just so much bass involved at like, you know, the friction points where you can just easily throw one channel up or just throw one channel down, and it just goes together very smoothly. But if you do that in minimal, it's just like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you know,
I think you're right.
I'm not trying to like bash any like bass or like, you know, artists or bass house artists, but for, you know, this style of genre, you can't just go through songs like that. You gotta let them flow.
No, I think you're right. Like you need that in minimal house and stuff like that. You need that transit. You need to hear that long transition, because once you just go from one straight to the other, you could hear the clear difference. If they're not made like the same or anything like that, or they don't even sound too similar, once you do a quick transition, it's obvious, and it's like, okay, what happened?
And then also like one thing too. It's like, I don't want to just play one song, next song, that's it. It's like, at that point, my Spotify phone could do that. You know, my app on Spotify could do that.
I feel you.
But hey, you bass DJs though, you guys get down though, chopping it up. I see that. I'm like, yo, I can't do that.
Now we need minimal chop. What you mean?
Minimal chops?
Yeah.
Over at Icon Collective, how many, like, what kind of producers be out there? Majority house, bass?
Bro, honestly, everything at Icon, like the variety is so... There's everything there. I mean, in my class, there's like 13 of us. I've been going there I'm on the middle of my second quarter right now. Actually, I have midterms next week. It's very, very challenging. I didn't think it was gonna be this challenging.
Is that when you already been producing, like when you entered, right? Like
yeah, they had a selection process. We had to show them our music, send it in, and we had to write like a paper and answer a questionnaire, and they want to make sure that you know like enough of the basics for you to be a part of the course curriculum, so that way you're not struggling too much, but also like they want to make sure that you're not going to waste anybody's time. Like yo, we just gave you this slot and you just bailed on us because you didn't want to do the course when somebody else could have that slot, you know. And also we're getting into doing a lot of projects with like classmates and stuff, and it's like you don't want to have someone in your class to do a project with where he doesn't give a shit. So
yeah, I got you.
I think the selection process is at that school is very good. I like the way they run that school. It's very challenging, but I like it though. Honestly, I'm learning a lot, I think.
You know, I talk to a lot of people that don't attend Icon Collective, and always someone like, dude, like a lot of the shit that they teach you at Icon Collective, like you could like learn on the internet. And I wanted to ask you, like, what are some things that what are some things that you're experiencing now, like attending like an actual music school?
Bro,
like what's the actual like noticeability? Because a lot of people that say that they haven't attended like a music school, so that they don't really know exactly like maybe those differences. So, like what are like the noticeable differences, like not that you were attending in school and like actually learning the curriculum like with other people?
That's a good question. So like when you first go to the school, they tell you just trust the process that you're about to go through. Just trust it. That's all we can tell you, because it's like it's an art school. Like, you know, it's like what's gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna certify you to go play main stage at EDC when you graduate, but they give you the stepping stones for you to continue, and it's all up to you. Like they teach you a lot, and it's just like the rest is up to you. But so far, like my biggest thing that I could not have learned anywhere else, not even in the Army, time management when it comes to being an artist. Like how to be punctual, how to get shit done on time. And it just helps you like as an artist. Like you don't want to collab with some guy who's always late, who's not going to send in his shit on time, who's funky on responding back to you, a guy who's showing up late. Like, are you gonna want to book that type of artist? You're gonna want to book someone who's on top of their shit. And like like this, like when I say this school is challenging, I mean I get my assignments done, but it's like, bro, I come so close to getting them done on time because they're so strict on when you come into class. If you're a second late, they knock out points. If you turn in your project a minute late, they knock out points automatically. Like you're getting half credit for that assignment if you get 100% on the half. If you get 100 on your late assignment, you're still getting only half credit. So if you score the perfect grade on your assignment you turned in,
like you still got to see
the highest grade you're gonna get on that assignment is 50, and that's already failing.
Fuck.
And they'll drop. Like we've lost like 4 or 5 students in the first quarter. It's very challenging though. Another thing too, like that you learn that I could have learned anywhere else, like outside of YouTube, was just like being and like presenting yourself as an artist, like not being narrow-minded, being open-minded, respecting others, like no matter what they do. You see all these big artists, and most of them are like down to earth, very humble, very chill, very outgoing. Some of them quiet, but it's like they're gonna be very respectful towards you, and they're gonna treat you good. Here, like you get some big local artists and just like, oh, dubstep or fucking house, don't be like that. So I've been learning how to be a better understanding person, open person, understanding everyone's different. I wasn't taught that before. I was in the army. It's just always like, you piece of shit, you dumb motherfucker, just always just a lot of hatred. Like we don't need that. We want to treat others with respect and treat them not just how you want to not just how you want to be treated, but how you want to have your viewpoint on how others look at you. Like, I want people to look at me like, oh, dude, that guy's so chill. Like, I don't want people to be like, oh, he's a dick. No one wants that. So, but like outside of just like production stuff, like mixing skills, mastering skills, music theory, that's probably like my 2 top takes as what I'm learning over there.
Have you gotten already in hands like with the recording studios in there and like learning all that?
Yeah, right now
routing and all that.
Yeah, every Friday, like we've been doing like patch bays, routing, like working with Pro Tools, how to get signal coming from microphones and how to route them into different channels, how to use like synthesizers and plugging them in instruments, different types of.
It's some whole other shit that you can't learn on the internet,
right
dude.
there.
Yeah, they don't just teach you
like the hands-on shit. Like,
bro, one of my studio teachers, like he was Tyga's studio tech guy for years, and big artists like that. Every teacher at the school, they're all in the industry. Like they're not just like some old head who used to be cool back in the day. No, they're still
doing it.
Their job at teaching is only part-time at the school. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of cool like. Trying to think of artists you guys might know. Lumberjack teaches there. He's my teacher.
Oh, is he really?
He's my Ableton teacher.
For real?
What the fuck?
Yeah, shout out Lumberjack, dude.
Yeah, I see that guy every Thursday. Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. Yeah. PD Clicks, the owner of Nightbase.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to send you a package to Lumberjack. That's tight though.
But that's really cool. like Lumberjack is obviously a big dubstep artist. And
what's he been on, bro? What has he been talking about these days?
I don't want to discuss.
Can't give you the sauce.
Oh, man, come on! I got my fast food.
Hey, all I know is that man supplies us with some sauce, like especially like with Serum. That dude's a monster. Oh, actually, no. Last quarter I had him for Ableton. This quarter, he's teaching us synthesis too. So like a lot of Serum. What's the word? Sound. Like when you, like dubstep artists do this a bunch.
Sound design.
There you go. That's the word. A lot of sound design he's teaching us. So like right now we're getting into like just those crazy modes on Serum that you would have never understood. Like you can watch YouTube videos and people will teach you like, oh, this is how to get this type of sound. You turn this knob right here, but it's like, all right, what do those knobs do? What are they actually doing? What are all those different waveforms? What do they mean? Like just a lot of
like actually understanding like signal and like shit like that. Like,
how signal's routed, like what signal is, the different type of like basic shapes like sine waves, saw waves, triangle waves.
Yeah, because a lot of those facilities, they'll teach you exactly. They'll make you understand what's going on, and a lot of the YouTube tutorials, they're just showing you step by step.
Yeah,
They're skipping the let's understand the process. Like, but no, it's like
what the twist, but
there
why
you go.
am I twisting it?
Yeah, there you go. They're
Why
not explaining like the why process, and most people, and I get a lot of producers too, they just want to like trim the fat. They just want to get to the step process. But
yeah,
the school, like,
but,
it's like, they really like pride themselves, like any education facility, like prides themselves on like teaching a topic and understanding like why is it that like a certain process is like that. And I feel like that's something that many people neglect when they're trying to do the online learning. It's
exactly. Like, and even when you're doing those online YouTube universities, I call it YouTube University. The artist that you're looking at, or the the producer, whoever you're getting a class from online for free on YouTube, it's like, yeah, they'll show you how to do it, but it's like, do even they know like why they're doing that, or they're just doing it because they played with a lot of shit for many years and they just know it makes the sound when you do that, but not why it makes that sound. So I'm kind of getting both right now.
Yeah, there's only like a few good like producers on YouTube. Like, I'll give you a good example, like Eliminate. Like, I'll like definitely listen to him because he definitely explains like when he like switches something, or like someone like let's take it outside of EDM, like Kenny Beats.
Yeah.
Like they'll a lot of times explain, like, especially like in a production session, like, oh, like I'm doing this or whatever, and those producers are really good at explaining their whys. But like again, like there's a lot of those videos that are short and quick. They don't explain the whys. It's just tell you, oh yeah, like twist a knob or fucking throw in this oscillator and like you'll get the sound, and there you go. Like, go have fun.
Then again too, like there's a lot of great producers out there who've never taken a class in their life, and they're just fucking gifted and smart, and they just self-taught. Like, props to you guys, because I'm dumb. I need the school, So
at the end of the day, it's all about how it sounds.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's like
there's no real world.
There's no real science. There's science to little tips and tricks, but there's no exact science to, even if you do all the right tips and tricks, you're not going to get the sound that you're maybe thinking in your head. So at the same time, it's still what you're hearing, The only people could teach you about basically how to make it sound a little bit more pristine or a little
Speaking
more
about
louder.
just sound, like I didn't even know like what sound was really until I started the school. Like, I didn't know sound is a vibration through the air that you feel. Like, it's the way it is.
It exists. Yeah.
I was like, wait, I thought you just like no, it's you actually are physically feeling it, and that's how you interpret it as a hearing. That's a lot of nerd shit like that I learned. So, but yeah, that school definitely helped me out a lot, I think. But back to your original question, when you asked like different genres in like at the school, they don't teach you how to make a specific genre. They just teach you how to use the tools and why to use them, and from there you make whatever. But like in my class, we have like an international student from Japan who's making progressive house. We got some other guy from Vegas.
Damn.
He's making like R&B, reggaeton.
Oh, like Latin pop shit, Bad Bunny shit.
Yeah, some other guy who makes like rock music. He's in a band. We got a couple dubstep producers in there, and then myself and Danny Discreet.
Hey.
We're the two like house producers in that class. A couple other house producers, but they're more like bass house or UK garage, heavier.
Are you a psychedelics by chance?
Am I what?
Hyperdelic? Psychedelics?
What?
Psychedelic homeboy?
What?
Oh, he went to my school.
Oh, he's not there now?
I think he went there. I seen his name.
Wait, who? Hyperdelic.
Hyperdelic. There you go.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I think he takes online courses.
Oh, does he? Okay, I
think
didn't even know there was
I thought
online
you said.
courses.
Do they have online courses, right?
Yeah, we have online too. I go in person though.
Okay.
I'm not. Last time I saw him, this is some dude named Hyperdelic. Just had a collab with Choli too. She's
Yeah.
fire. Check it out.
Hyperdelic. Yeah, Hyperdelic.
Hyperdelic. He goes to Icon Collective as well. But last time I talked to him, I think it was like online.
Okay.
So I don't know if he was.
So they have an online course there too.
I mean, I've been trusting the school though, because I mean,
that's cool.
It's teaching my music production. I listen to like some of my old shit to now. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Have you already like gotten into the ghost production class or no?
Ghost production?
That's just playing.
The biggest thing I hear about Icon is it's a lot of good connections you meet there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the thing.
Lumberjack, damn.
Huh?
I said lumberjack, damn, bro.
Yeah, a lot of good connections in there for sure. Just like going to the school and being in that atmosphere, people wanting to learn, people are hungry, just like me. Like-minded individuals, they just motivate you more too. Not just not just the curriculum they put out and like the stuff you learn, just like the environment. It like enhances your hunger to be a good producer and make good music. So
Let me ask you this: so when you're all said and done from Icon, what is it that you want to leave there saying you accomplished?
I just want to accomplish saying like, yo, I did the course for the year. It's a year course. I've made time and I've hustled to get to and from school every day, passed every class, got my certificate, I graduated. Like just to be able to say I went on the journey and accomplished it and completed it. That's honestly, I'm gonna be happy with that because I live an hour away from that school and I commute every day there and back. Like that's like 4 hours out of my day. 'Cause it's like an hour and a half almost, sometimes 2 hours to get to school.
Damn.
And that's like me, leaving at like 2 p.m. to get there by 4 or 5 p.m. to start class. Not just on top of class, like we have so much assignments. On top of that, balancing my family life, balancing my nightlife, I'm DJing at shows, like also like trying to produce my own shit during all this like time. Like bro, I have no time. So it's just like it'll be a very big accomplishment for me to say that I graduated while jumbling the rest of my life. Because I don't want to just put a stop to my production, put a stop to me playing shows. Like I love that. So I've been balancing it though. So I just want to be able to say I did it. And after that, I think I should be solid just all the time to make my own music. No more commuting to Burbank, California every day because it's a far drive, bro. It's a far drive.
Dang, to Burbank? That's where it's at?
And my teachers tell me too, like, bro, you're fucking crazy for that commute. And they keep telling me too, bro, each quarter.
And I mean, for real.
it's gonna get harder and harder. Like, there's gonna be more and more work. And I'm doing fine though. It's very challenging, but
yeah, you'll be good.
Yeah, it's a good journey I've been on. It's like I've been seeing myself in the mirror, just like changing, not just like physically too, like mentally. Like I've changed so much since I started this school. So I'm definitely enduring it though. So.
Do they teach you like business acumen too?
They do have a business course that you can take. There's 3 different courses. There's a music production course, business course, and then vocalist program. So there's 3 courses. But I mean, we all intermingle and talk and make relationships and stuff, just as Husky mentioned, because it's good for connections too. But I don't take the business one though.
Okay, so there's a so you're taking the production course,
yeah,
pretty much, and then there's a whole course just like a whole year course just for business,
just for label owners and like stuff like that, brand owners.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Brand owners, like they give courses in that too.
Oh, that's brand new to me. Like hearing that.
And there's also a vocalist program. Mm-hmm. I met some dope vocalists there. I actually get some vocals from them too. Like I'll hit them up like, yo, you want to do a collab? So they like that though. We help each other out though.
Do you normally see people do more than one course?
Yeah. So when we go to school, we wear a lanyard around our neck. Blue means music production. Well, most blue means you did either the vocal, music production, or the business course. And then I see some people with a blue or a purple lanyard, and then I guess that means you completed one of them and you're on your second one. And you see people with a red one, which means you're like in the advanced portion of whatever program you're in. Because when I finished my music production course, if I finish like not barely just pass it, but pass it with like striving colors, then I will be eligible to take the advanced one, which is something I want to get into. And I believe it's more nitty gritty into mastering. It's like a few months advanced course you can do to that. So yeah, you can take, more than one, obviously not more than one at a time, but you can, hey, I passed this one. Let me go on to this one now. So.
Got it.
It's only 1 year, like per.
It's 1 year for the basic course, and then the advanced one is like I think 6 to 9 months. So it's like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm just worrying about the my first part right now.
The production part.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through that one right now.
All right.
Cool. I'm just asking these questions for the people that are listening that want to know like exactly what Icon has to offer. And
I feel like I'm about to hit up Icon like, yo, you guys owe me a check because I just told the world about you guys.
Fucking reimburse me on the tuition.
Yeah,
shit,
that shit ain't cheap.
For reals, dude. That's wild. Yeah, you know what? You're explaining that Lumberjack is your teacher, and like just the thought of like you saying that shit, like it's a trip. Like
Bro,
Lumberjack as a teacher, like Like imagine like we were like all in school, like all the DJs. Like who'd be the principal of that school? Like if Lumberjack's the teacher, like who's the principal?
They have a director
bro?
of education and stuff.
Who is it? Hardwell? Who is it?
Tiesto.
Tiesto.
It's actually Deadmau5.
Deadmau5.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
shit. Oh.
Yo, we
damn.
actually had to recreate some of Deadmau5's like synths from like some of his songs. You know, Deadmau5 has those crazy synths. Lumberjack would be like, "Yo, so your guys' assignment is to recreate so and so this song," and he'll send us the MIDI files of it, and then he'll set up. You know, there'll be no sound on the MIDI files, obviously, just the MIDI, and he'll be like, "All right, use Serum and get that exact sound." That'll be like our homework.
That's lit.
What
For
that class though. That
That's
class is fun though.
wild.
There's some classes where I'm like,
That sounds
bro, I
fun.
want to just like punch my fucking computer sometimes because
That sounds so fun.
yeah. No, you get a little bit of everything though. Like we're not just learning how to make cool sounds on Ableton or Serum. We're also like we get into a lot of studio stuff. Like they also prepare you to be able to go into a studio mentorship. One of my teachers for my studio tech classes, I'm talking like in the studio, like master decks in front of you, live recording room on the other side, glass window,
Yeah.
and you're controlling all those. You know, I'm learning how to do all that right now because they want to be able to prepare you just in case, like, yo, you want to do an internship at like, you know, at a studio, you know how to work there, like, you know, you'll survive there. One of my teachers that teaches my studio classes actually taught for like 10 years at what's it called, Lakewood, where Michael Jackson's would go record at.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Let me ask you: is your studio teacher somewhat of a dick in the studio?
he can be, but like he's a really chill, down to earth guy. He's more into like the hip hop side, obviously,
Uh-huh.
but nice. He's chill though. We get different ones each quarter though.
Uh-huh.
So like quarter one, you have Studio Tech 1. This guy. Next quarter, Studio Tech 2. This guy. You know, they get different teachers each time.
On average, are the people that are the studio tech recorders more strict?
No, I mean, everyone's strict in general. Like Lumberjack yelled at me, bro, in front of the whole class.
For
Yeah,
reals?
bro, he
Like,
yelled at me.
Tell us about that. What happened?
It's so embarrassing.
What the
Bro,
hell
it was
happened,
the
bro?
day that I played for the low end rooftop.
Oh
So,
shit!
you know-
Oh, and because I remember you telling me
You know
that,
how you had
that right
Boogie?
after, I have to go straight to like Riverside because I'm
So,
getting out of Icon.
I told you I juggle a lot during the week. Like when it comes to
Damn.
my DJing life, you know, going to school life, my family life. You know, I like to go to the gym some days when I have time. You know, also the struggle of where am I going to eat at because I cannot cook for shit. So it's fast food every single day of my life. That takes up a lot of time. And then, you know, a couple days before you had hit me up to play for your show. It was your animal, I can't remember. And I was like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. I was excited. You know, obviously I have a lot of homework, so I didn't really have enough time to prep my set, you know, because I like prepping my set each time I play somewhere. I do not play the same set wherever I play. I cannot stand people to play the same shit every time. I want to make a set just for you guys. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, obviously I was able to put something together on REKORDBOX, a set list, and, you know, I like organizing them in the way I play and also organize. It's a fun little fact about myself. I also organize a secondary crate just in case they're not feeling that vibe. I can go, all right, another vibe. Let's try this, you know,
Michelle.
show because it's, you know, low end. You guys are bass heavy, and I do minimal, so it's like, all right, I got this, you know. So I was able to try to meet in the middle. Anyways,